Yay!
Yay! So I'm Sam.
And I'm Aidan.
And welcome to
Rose Roast.
So we're filming Tuesday morning because last night we watched the Grammys.
Who didn't?
Because we heard Pitbull was performing.
#1 fans right here.
Biggest.
We're sans alcohol because it's friggin' morning time.
It's the AM.
Yay! Alright, so our #5 moment of the episode was when Ben brought Lauren B on a one-on-one date to a gym class.
The hoop dreams continue in episode 7.
Right.
They are shooting damn baskets with a bunch of, I want to say inner city youth, but the truth is that
there is no inner city. Or city.
Right.
It's just youth.
Just straight up youth. So Lauren B and Ben were playing basketball with a bunch of kids in a gym.
The kids were playing, Lauren B was trying.
She was playing jump rope with a bunch of tweens. Tried to like read the room. It was just like a
Whatever.
15-year-old and a baby in diapers, and then like a mascot, which I was more
Chilled by.
At one point, little old Ronnie was known for his half-court dunks.
Yeah, so they made a bet that if Ronnie dunks it, then Ben and Lauren will have to kiss, and it was pretty much a sure thing. Spoiler alert, he dunked it, they kissed, it was magical.
Like, damn, Ronnie and his tricks. And then that brings us to moment number 4, which is the date between him
And Jojo. Sorry.
Jojo. I was gonna sing another Jojo song.
Sorry.
It's too obvious.
They read the date card, and it's to take them to the Windy City, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't think that they were going to Chicago because of the whole mishap with Paris and Vegas. You're probably not going to the Windy City, you're going to a city with wind.
Like, we'll just take her here.
They ended up going to Wrigley Stadium. They, like, pretended to play baseball for a bit one-on-one, which was pretty awkward and hard to do. Like, there's a reason baseball has a team.
Yeah. They were on that field for like 6 or 7 hours. He was like, should we just make out on all the bases for an hour each?
The whole thing was on the Jumbotron. It's like making out in front of a mirror, but way bigger.
And how they were like making out in like the little, like the...
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
boop, and like made out of the squares.
Yeah. Ben was like, you need to like let your guard down. Like, what are you nervous about? And she's like, I'm nervous that you're dating 7 other women.
And he's like, I hear you, but again, I feel like...
Your guard is up.
You should speak more to me and like be more open. She's like, bitch, I'm trying!
So our third moment of the episode was the group date, which everyone hates because there's only one Rose, and it was Becca, Kayla, and Amanda.
When there's a smaller group on a group date, that it makes it significantly worse.
Now it's like core crew.
When he goes off with one girl, there's like 2 girls blatantly like sup. And having to make small talk with each other. All they have to talk about is how they just like want to be with Ben. They
like were hanging out at the farm. Becca was like, is this where Chris Sewell's proposed to his girls? Like, I've been here before. Ben started stealing girls, and like the remaining 2 would just like stare at the Rose.
Sit there and cry.
Let the tears fall.
Did you guys see the cheese platter? Because we sure noticed.
I love when he like pulls the women aside, and each one is like going for their A game of like what their angle is. Kayla's like, I don't have roots, like I could move anywhere for anyone. Amanda was like, ugh, like I just can't let anyone into my life because my 2 girls, my 2 kids. And Ben's like, I've always wanted sisters, adopt me. And then the last one is Becca being like, she's like, I need more attention. Like everyone else is getting special moments, but like, where's my attention? And you could like just feel in the room like Ben being like,
like, bye! I was laughing because when Ben and Kayla, that was wonderful, were talking, she was like, just to reiterate, I have no plans, and I'll do whatever you want. I've always thought of myself as like moss that just like is waiting for a tree to grow on. Like, bitch, get your own personality. Moss? She described herself as fucking moss? Anyways, so how did that end?
The winning perspective and like tactic was Amanda calling to her kids, and he was like, okay, I can work with that. And then we were forced to sit through a 5-minute McDonald's commercial where they like left the other 2 girls and went to the drive-thru to work it because lest we forget that McDonald's is starting all-day breakfast.
Was that not the plug-in of plug-in? What do you think about a good old classic drive-thru? Homegirl does not eat fast food.
She was
like,
dodging
for
French fries
sure.
left, right, and center, like,
Literally, she's like, nope.
And then they went to the state fair, which, like, very clearly has never happened before. They, like, pulled everyone from town to go, and, like, the mayor of the town was like, we'd like to thank ABC for donating this carnival.
McDonald's plug-in for sure paid for that entirely.
100%. And that's where it ended. They died after that.
Moment number 2 is a biggie, and probably the best. Moment number 2 had to do with the one twin. What's her name? It's Emily. Everyone was fucking phased as hell that she got the one-on-one date. They don't have a connection. She is a tween physically and emotionally. He's like, so the sun's shining, and she's like, isn't it? Isn't it? Has she been outside before? Like, literally, it was the first time she, like, breathed sweet air. Like, it should be so hot. Like, he should be on, like, a sea-doo or some sort of sweet boat, but a fucking houseboat is, like, the dad bod of fucking, like, hot guys.
Not
Do you know
even.
what I
It's
mean?
the Roseanne Barr of vehicles.
The Rosie O'Donnell of vehicles.
Surely it doesn't go fast either.
No,
They're like,
it doesn't.
let's throw it at a 5.
It's like,
Gung, 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 gung. So they arrive at his house, his childhood home.
so the kicker is that she gets a fucking date with his whole family.
At that moment, I'd be like, and I'm going home.
But she's like, little old me! And we've hung out like 3 times in total.
Yeah.
For a total of an hour, so now should I meet your parents at this point?
Mom sees her, she's like, no,
Fuck.
I'm over this. Mom pulls Emily aside, and Emily just like blasts her with so much information about herself. She's like,
Honestly, my takeaway was her talking to her dad being like, I like movies. I hate vegetables. He was like, my god, this should end immediately. Little old blonde Emily thinks it went swimmingly.
his mom goes and grabs Ben, and she's like, please don't do this with your life. Like, tears.
Verge of tears.
So he like brings her back to the house, and he's like, so this is where our journey ends. My mom fucking hates your guts.
He drops her off pontoon styles at their house, and all the girls can see them talking, and they're all like, fuck, is she crying? Is she happy? Is she crying?
The only thing I like about Ben is that he always has an escape route. Like, he like jumped into the boat right afterwards and was like, floor it!
Can you just start the engine? He just like swan dived onto it and drove away.
It was like
Literally.
back across the man-made lake. Helicopter comes, the rope ladder drops down, he's
And
like,
he's just
I'm
like-
out.
Like Kim Possible. When she was leaving and saying goodbye to all the girls, they were all dry heaving, bawling their eyes out.
Yes.
So I guess they were friends with her.
Except for Kayla. Kayla was like missing in action. She was like, oh, you're gonna have a moment?
She's like, I'm brunette,
I'm good.
so-
Our number 1 moment of the episode was the rose ceremony.
I don't argue that it's the best moment. I just think
It just happened
that
last.
it happened last. So basically, these like twig bitches are standing outside of some cathedral of some sort. Looks like Hocus Pocus set, like
Yeah.
fucking Salem Falls, where a ghost will murder them any second now. Basically, Becca leaves. And this was after, on the group date, she was like, Ben, don't fucking blindside me. If you don't feel this, like, just tell me now kind of thing. And Ben still was like, actually, bye.
I don't understand why he wanted to talk to her for a second, because there's literally nothing you can say where you're like, I actually don't love you, but do you want to talk for a minute?
You could have not done a rose ceremony. I just want to be nice to you and not like make this a whole televised thing. I'm just gonna pull you aside and tell you that like this won't continue. That would have been like totally respectable. Go on a different show, or don't go on a show at all. Anyways, that is the end of our segment. Thank you so much for watching, you guys.
We'll be back next week for more.
And the week after that, and the week after that.
So if you want to follow us and tweet along to The Bachelor, I'm Aidan O'Loughlin.
And I'm at Sam Shier.
Or at Rose Roast. And you can follow us on Facebook. And subscribe. Subscribe. Subscribe.
Bye.
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 Bye.